Welcome back to the OPL. You're getting a look at the Direwolves, who just went down to the line and were able to take out Order in game number 2, bringing us to game 3.
It's hype.
It
Real
is
hype.
very hype. Two very different games.
Yeah.
We saw nearly a perfect game coming out of Order game 1, and then a very down and dirty game towards the end. Game 2 that Direwolves were able to pick up.
And I mean, if you're looking at it like that, you have to think game 3, Order's looked better in their win than the Direwolves did. That was pretty close. Order were close to ending game 2, but then Direwolves turning it around. I think for me, the biggest difference in this match so far, the biggest difference from game 1 to 2 is Cupcake on Ali. I feel like Direwolves, if they don't have proactivity from Cupcake in their current iteration, I think they look significantly worse than if he has that champion.
I agree. I think that Cupcake on Engage right now looks very good. I think that he kind of looks Destiny-esque in how decisive he is when he flashes walls and just goes for the big plays. However, it looks like it's going to be a very similar pick ban coming out of both teams. Talia, Ezreal taken away. It's going to be Tristana, the adaptation from game number 1, and Rise banned away from the Direwolves.
Yeah, we did see the Braum first pick game 1, I think. So getting rid of the Tristana to match up with that one makes a lot of sense there. 15-ish seconds.
Do they ban Gangplank? Do they ban Galio? What do they ban? There was a lot of problems game 2. Do they ban Ali?
They ban things like that? No,
they
ban
ban Gangplank.
Okay.
I think what they're saying right now is you have to ban Galio, and we're going to take the Alistar.
Ah, okay. I like it.
That would be my 2 cents. And then I think that if you die, we'll just say, stuff you, we're leaving everything open. Let's take the skill matchup.
Maybe. Because I feel like Direwolves aren't a big Zyra Khan team.
Yep.
So if Order first pick Alistar, they're not necessarily going to be jumping at the fact that they get Zyra Khan.
I think Galio on the current patch is very strong. So I would not be surprised to see a first pick Galio right here.
I mean, we've seen it in
Ooh!
The 2 counter picks in the Cassio has done fine, so...
So that was the ban Order dropped. They dropped the Azir ban.
Yeah, okay.
And now...
It gets the alley.
Yeah. Is this Alistair Sejuani? I mean, Braum's still available?
Yeah, there's lots up, to be honest. Lots of things. And it's interesting now that we're in game 3, because the draft is so much slower than game 1. Game 1's like, bam, first
bang,
pick,
bang,
bang, bang, bang, bang. Ban them all out. I know exactly what I want to pick. I know my priorities in game 3. You're like, what are they doing with this one?
Yeah, 2 mid lane players, now turned coaches, are sitting there with a ton of pressure on their shoulders saying, come on, boys, give me something. What have you been playing in solo queue?
5 seconds left. Oh, they're going back to the old faithful again, but this time it won't be into the Gangplank. That's the matchup we saw game 1, so see if Tally has another answer for that one. Slightly different with the Azir overall, but...
They can take Zyra Rakan here again if they want. They do.
Do they take Alistar? I feel like they have to. If I'm Direwolves, I'm of course not Direwolves, and I have nothing to do with it, but... I don't know, that's...
Because if Ali Braum gets banned away, you're going to be playing Taric or Tahm Kench into a very scary lineup so far. I feel like you want to engage into Azir.
Because I even feel like, look, you have Sejuani. I feel like Shern Sejuani hasn't been that decisive, and I feel like if you, as they do like in the Varus, but I'm going to continue, I feel like the Camille top side, Tally's going to get a counter pick. Sure, they can ban away the counters, but he gets to pick his matchup into that one. And now you have Varus in the bot lane. If you're not going to get Ali and Braum, so Braum for the defensive for the Zyra Khan lane, and Ali for just how I think Direwolves function best.
They take away Zac, so potentially Galio, a pick that they can play because they have the Camille and the Sejuani to get it into the back line.
It has to go.
Alistar, Braum. So you got 3 bans.
Galio Ali.
Which 2 do you pick?
Galio Ali.
So you're going to let them play Varus, Braum into Zyra Rakan.
I'd take that.
Okay.
Like Varus has a level 6,
You're the
but
bottom line expert,
so
mate.
do you. Zyra Khan does not even matter.
What is Spook's going to play?
Yeah, we have to mention jungle bans coming out left, right, and center. 3 of them already. So things like Jarvan are still up. There's some of the meta champions, Kha'Zix as well. Only the 3 tanks, Jax, Zac, and the Skarner.
But they've also picked away his Camille and Sejuani, because they're the 2 picks that we've mainly seen him play. They get rid of Leona.
Okay. Because this has kind of emerged as an answer into Rakan.
And they say, take Galio if you want. We're happy to play against it again. It looked very good in that game.
That's, this is cool. This is exciting. I just see Leona on my ban list. Oh, yes.
They say, stand behind Braum. Does Tally play Galio top?
Yeah. No. But he could. But no. I feel like he's not going to do it. I feel like probably just going to get something like the Scion as he hovers that one. FBI going to pick himself
Didn't
that.
look that great, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, he was against a Gangplank that As after the 20-minute mark, Chippies was like, okay, I have 2 items. I got my boots. I'm absolutely chilling.
Does Camille not do the same thing?
I mean, not to the same extent.
Okay.
Rek'Sai, okay.
That would be an interesting pick.
It would be. This is something we haven't seen for a very long time. Does benefit.
Nunu!
Oh, hey.
That makes sense.
Oh.
Nunu, Azir, Zaya, Baron, buff, patch.
Oh, that does make sense. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, this is cool.
Sharp is doing the soul strikes.
Yeah.
He is pointing and waving his finger.
I feel like I've just reacted. I'm the color caster, and you're like, oh, they locked in Nunu, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. Not why it's good, obviously. On a patch where Baron is just so effective, Nunu has the secure, Zaya has the secure. Azir does it so incredibly quickly. Nunu Azir is like the big buff. When Nunu got buffed, that's what everyone was afraid of.
Because
This
gives AP
duo
now.
right here, it gives AP, it gives the attack speed, literally everything that Swiffer will want on that champion. But Triple has taken the matchup, the 1v1 in the Vladimir.
There is so much magic damage on the side of Direwolves. If ORD get ahead this game,
Yep.
they can't kill the creep.
And Nunu, like you look at the junglers, right? Nunu is the jungle tank champion that's always been super happy to build like Locket and like the supportive items that tend to trend towards MR as well. But as you mentioned, they're really going to struggle to kill the banner creep if this Baron ever goes over to the lineup of Order.
However, the early game out of the Direwolves
Yep.
cannot be understated.
Yeah.
Baron's prom, Camille. This is a spicy one, ladies and gentlemen. We've got 2 teams trying to do completely opposite things.
Yeah.
They're the top of the ladder right now. However, fun fact, were you going to mention it? You can have it if you want.
The ladder math
Yeah.
right now. Okay, so Chiefs are on 21 points after the 2-0 versus Legacy. Right now, Order, who are above Direwolves, are sitting on 20 because they've won a game minimum.
Yep.
And then Direwolves sitting on 19. So if Order win the game, then they're tied with Chiefs at the top.
Yep.
But if Direwolves win the game, then Chiefs sitting absolutely on their lonesome at the top of the ladder.
King of the castle.
Yeah.
And to make it even spicier, Order would be very negative in the head-to-head versus Direwolves, -2 games.
Yep.
So would not be able to contest if they finish in the same spot, which looks to be a possibility. However, let's forget the ladder. Let's forget everything because we have just a beautiful game of League of Legends and it's about to come your way. It is Order versus the Direwolves and Spooks shouts out old homie Carbon by picking up his workshop Nunu skin.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Spooks has always been a demolisher, Nunu.
Yep.
That weird skin that looks like the Michelin
helmet
Man
head.
and he's grey and he's got that dumbass helmet on
He
him.
plays only champions with flat head. He plays flat head Gragas
Yeah,
as well.
what's it called? I forget the one.
The Christmas skin.
Is it? No, it's not the Christmas skin.
It's the night skin,
It's,
isn't
yeah,
it?
the one with like the Broms in the splash art
Yeah.
and things like that. He's just got a real flat head. But Spooks goes for Santa. Santa Nunu.
Well, if there ever was a carbon that you wanted to replicate in the
It is the
OPL,
Nunu.
Nunu was the one. I was
Makes a
going to
lot
say,
of
if there's
sense.
ever a Nunu you want to replicate, it's probably carbons.
And there we go.
I'm too excited. I can't speak. This is going to be a bloody ripper of a game.
This is. It's going to. I feel like this is a game that's going to go very heavily in one side or the other. Either Direwolves early game are going to be able to bring the heat. They're going to be able to gank. They have so much setup. Not necessarily around the Vladimir, but Camille top lane with Sedge, so much CC. Bot lane, the Braum gank setup is just so good. But then these games have been tracking. The early games have been pretty static for the most part.
Yep.
Not a lot has been happening. So potentially that's why game 3, 1-1 in this series. Order were like, look, if you're going to play passive, like we'll just take it. Nunu is here. We'll get fined to 20 minutes. We'll start playing around the Baron. We can one-shot that stuff.
Not only that, Sharon's gone for a really weird jungle path. Normally against the Nunu, you go buff to buff. He has gone buff to Gromp. Is looking to pick that one up as they actually already pull the trigger onto Cupcake.
That's a level 1 E out of the Braum. Nice adaptation in this matchup. Knowing that they don't want to get the feather damage from the Zaya.
I feel that would have been a hell of a lot worse if there was feather damage to come.
Schoenfire also going onto his wall, so he's going for the mega full clear right now.
Potentially.
Spooks, if he walks in, will be able to find Schoenfire on his red buff.
Well, he has priority in mid and top lane. So he should just be able to walk in.
Oh, he's a
Instead, he's
scuttle
going to
crab
take a
fan.
scuttle crab.
Yeah, potentially missed opportunity here. Maybe that's the mind game Schoenfire is playing. Because Spooks is like, look, of course he's going to go buff to buff. Of course that's going to happen, so I'm not going to invade. He's going to have that one already. I'm just going to take away the scuttle crab.
The other thing you
But
can
that
do
means
as
Schoen
Nunu,
gets a full clear.
the other thing you can do as Nunu is just jungle quicker than the jungler. It's not something you talk about a lot, but Nunu can right now pick himself up a Gromp, go back to the Raptor camp. He's already a camp up, and then take bottom lane Rift Scuttler, and he'll be like 2 full camps ahead of Shern.
Yep, and looks like he might be doing that right now, going for the Rift Scuttler.
As I've mentioned previously, Spooks believes there's 2 ways to win the jungle. None of them result in killing a Nexus. The first one is if you get both Scuttle Crabs, level 1, early game. Second one is if you get both of the Raptor camps. He's not going to get both Raptor camps. However, he did get both Scuttle Crabs.
He absolutely did. Going to walk back into his jungle right now. We have to mention the Infernal Drake is spawned once again. 2 games in a row. We've had the first dragon being Infernal, especially with the bot lanes. You mentioned Zaya Rakan.
Well, Nunu can do it right now.
So feisty.
To be perfectly frank, Nunu is like a very good solo dragon champion. If he has a smite charge available, he can go do it.
But the change on this patch, obviously he can actually walk in from mid lane, but he does not know if Shern by jungling
Chippies might have to burn his flash here. You can see Tally wants him.
Oh, he doesn't. Does not continue to play there. Of course, on the sign, has gone for Glacial as well, not the common, so you have to think if he... Does that give vision?
I don't know, but that nearly killed him.
I feel like it doesn't. I feel like he doesn't know that hit. If he had Comet, he wouldn't know. Because I would have flung a Comet over a Chippies. That could have been a kill, to be honest. If you're basing, hands off keyboard, things like that, could have fallen down, but...
Chippies immediate TP back. The wave's going to push into him, so he can just let it sit here for a little bit.
And he's gone Doran's Blade.
Sure, contesting bottom side jungle actually gets a ward into the pit. So he knows exactly what Spooks is about. One thing that Carbon used to talk about a lot was he used to build his Nunu back when you could pick AD and stuff. With all AD runes. Yeah, he would go all AD runes, and then he would just run at you with Blood Boil and Red Buff and start auto-attacking the crap out of you. And he actually used to do a lot of damage.
Yeah.
So, with Red Smite, that's only worse.
Yeah, it gets better. Gets better with 8.4. Spooks is actually going to start out the Dragon, but pings go down immediately. Direwolves, of course.
I mean, can they actually stop it? They're looking for recalls in the bottom lane.
They're just going to give. Surefire might be enough if he can walk over by himself, but...
I mean, at the same time, you're going to bring over Zaya Rakan if he looks to appear. Azir's already got inside track. He's actually pinging that he's on his way. FBI and Rogue should go and help their jungler right now. They duck into Fog of War. That might be enough.
It is. Surefire, because of the mid lane pressure as well, Swiffer has priority. Walked over there, kind of wanted to contest, but will just back away. Spook's going to channel his recall on a ward, but...
Every day he's shuffling.
He is. Shuffling all the way back to base. Magically, though, with a teleport. He's not actually walking back there. That'd take a while. But that's the Infernal Drake at 5 minutes over to order, especially with this scaling composition. They have the Azir, they have the Nunu. Of course, you think about the ability to just shred a Baron.
Oh, I have a fun fact for you, by the way.
With Bounce Drake, yep. Hit me. Let's go.
Vladimir used to be picked into Azir. Do you know why?
Hit me with it.
Come on, give me a logical reason. This is a conversation.
What do you mean?
Why would you pick Vladimir into Azir?
Oh, because you get under the wall.
Because
you can all in and you can go W.
Azir doesn't build Morellonomicon. So actually when you go invulnerable, you get all your health back. Whereas against Orianna, if you pull too late, Orianna still kills you because she rushes Morellos. However, now you can go Nash's Tooth Morellos because Morellos is no longer a CDR item. It's just a flat penetration item, which is very good. And I believe the counter pick doesn't stand up anymore. There you go. That's my 2 cents.
Okay. Did you just think of that one?
No, I actually had this conversation with Simon Swiffer about 2 days ago.
Okay. Interesting. See how it goes?
That was also Swiffer's counter pick into Azir.
Yep. Swiffer traditionally liked the Vladimir Nunu mid 2v2.
Oh my
that was
God.
one of his favorites. Throwback to anyone that gets that reference.
I actually cried when I saw that draft.
Vlad Nunu. What a combination.
I'm being serious as well. Like, I had tears in my eyes. For those that don't know, at an IWC tournament, the Chiefs Esports Club locked in Vladimir Nunu, maybe the worst mid-jungle duo I've ever seen. Back when Vladimir didn't even have a slow. So we're talking about the amount of CC they bought. Oh, actually, very nice engage from Chippies. Might be able to pick himself up a kill, so I'll stop talking. No, cannot. However, does chase Tally out of lane. He's going to miss cannon creep experience.
The amount of CC he had was a slow from Nunu.
Yeah,
and another slow from the ulti, maybe, if he committed. If he commits to the absolute 0.
And that was back when everyone used to talk about the Venn diagram comps, like, you know, Echo and Victor and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
And Spooks and Swift were like, we don't get the big hit deal. We just layer our circles. I was like, you guys
Got our own
suck.
kind of Venn diagram. Not quite as good, but going back to the game right now, 500 gold lead in favor of the Direwolves.
And Shern actually took blue buff. Something that I'm sure Triple would like. As Tally ults back to his wave. He's actually down pretty hard in CS. However, with the priority placed on the Infernal Drake, you can understand the fact that he maybe was playing a little bit more safely than he otherwise would have.
I feel like the blue buff, potentially. Vladimir, obviously not a mana user, but Schönfire knows he will be out-jungled by Spooks in a pure race like you were alluding to. So blue buff means he can cast more spells on the camps, can jungle quicker and still stay healthy enough on mana to be useful in a fight.
So, funnily enough, Nunu is actually the most mana-heavy jungler in the game. However, he has a passive called Vision Ring.
Yep.
Which makes his next ability to do more and also cost no mana. Did you know that?
Yep. I play Nunu support, man.
I know you do.
Back in the day?
Nunu
Spam
support,
W.
2 ways to do it. You either used to max W and be like an uninteractive Nunu support.
That was me, by the way.
Or you would max E, which was attack speed slow.
Yep.
And did a bunch of damage, and you would be an E Nunu support. I'm very disappointed to hear you all a W Nunu support.
I was 100% uptime Nunu. That's what you just wanted. You want to get a 40% CDR, have your Blood Boil on permanently.
Shove the wave like in literally half a second.
Yeah. But I feel like we have to stop talking about whatever we want, Jake. Back to the game of League of Legends. The bot lanes have hit level 6. And as we mentioned, we're about almost 10 minutes in, 9.5 minutes so far, and nothing really has happened. No kills. This has been the least bloody game of 8.4 we've seen between two teams. And every team has played so far. But super interesting right now. Level 6 available for the Zyra Khan. Obviously, Braum Varus can stand up toe-to-toe a little bit there, but see if any sort of plays come out. Next Dragon is spawning a minute and 45 seconds away.
Zyra Khan combo is available. Teleport is up for both top laners, so potentially going to look for a bottom lane play. Chippy's good trade here. Shern is up in the top lane. Tally might have to see control here. However, bottom Spooks has also been spotted. He's just going to run into the turret. And can they get the gank started? In they go, wall already out. As a big Nunu ultimate, first blood picked up for FBI. He's going to continue chasing. Does he rip back the feathers? Not yet. They flash forward. They really want this one. Flash going to come out of FBI as well. The slow is there. Spooks grabs the kill. Double kill for Order's bottom lane.
Honestly, such smart player to FBI. King was holding his flash for the rip of the feathers, and FBI knew exactly what it was doing. He holds on to that one. They just slow him. The auto attacks from Nunu come out. He's whacking away. And both players of the Direwolves go down early. That's level 6, level 7 Zyra Khan, immediate first brick and double kill.
Yeah, exactly right. They didn't even need to call Swiffer over. However, both Swiffer and Tally at that time take a reset off the map. So all the Direwolves can do is take a Rift Herald and shove 2 waves in. No response play there. Order has certainly stepped up the cerebral aspect of their gameplay, I feel, in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, 100%. Direwolves, as you mentioned, going to get the Rift Herald. A
It's a
turret
big
in the
deal
bank.
into Azir.
Yep.
I always say that Azir is the best champion to have it against. However, we see the play.
But the big thing was the door already went up, and here it is. King is just waiting for the flash. Spooks flashes forward, gets the auto, keeps applying the slow. And the fact that FBI can flash forward Q and E with the snowball coming through from Spooks wasn't actually needed in the end, but the fact that he had that extra damage there means they could secure the kill.
Meant there was no counterplay.
Yeah.
So there is a window where potentially King outplays, as we've seen him do so many times. However, the way that worked out, there was just no counterplay for the 80 carry to look for. However, now Cupcake looking to slow down Rogue. It's another Infernal Drake. Actually, that's going to be the rotation across. Swiffer in some trouble. He's going to be stunned up here. However, no, Shern can't complete it.
Yeah, he couldn't complete the passive and not willing to invest the ulti into a cleanse he knew Swiffer had.
Ooh,
so
but this is going to be a big 5v5 team fight. Ultimate not available. Chimmy's just missed the wall. And now he's going to ult onto Spooks of all people. In comes a freight train, knocks up 4 people. A huge ultimate out of Spooks. However, there is no FBI here yet, so it is a 5v4 and Spooks goes down. The jungler of Order is not here for the Dragon contest.
Interesting play out of Order. The bottom lane was nowhere to be found, and Swiffer desperately trying to keep Spooks alive. Just walks into the Vlad ulti, gets chunked to half HP, and has to burn the ulti.
Quickness is available. They still want it. He misses Shern. However, on the back end, gets Chippies, gets Cupcake. In goes Triple. No mana available right now, and Order are going to get absolutely wiped. You see how well they're playing this. Stun goes out onto FBI. Tally is just being kited out, and I feel like right now Order just have to leave.
Can they actually catch here? Cupcake looking for
Chippies over the wall, looking for it. Splashes onto FBI. Will get taken down so low. Will actually pick up the kill. That will be Triple. And they stuck around. They They tried to go for the fight, and Direwolves make them pay.
And such greedy play out of Order. Rogue will survive at the end of this one, but the jungler goes down. They want to contest the Infernal anyway. They have one already. It would have been a 1-for-1, potentially even trade on the Dragons, but not to mention they also lose 4 deaths.
Yeah, they certainly do. However, hard reset on the map. Can
Dragon's
they
still
stop them from doing the Dragon? No. Teleport going to come out from Triple. He really wants that. Now 2-0-2 on the Vladimir. The late game scaling threat is so scary. Teleport still available for Chippies as well, and I feel like Order, there is no way they can take this Dragon. However, actually, Shern just doing some camps. I feel like with Triple's priority, with the fact that bottom lane now going to be shoving in, they could have looked for it, but they just don't.
Yeah, they do need time to shove out that bottom lane, but the big thing is talking about the Vlad into the Azir as a counter pick. Doesn't matter if it's not necessarily a counter pick anymore. If you've got 2 kills, finished your first item from a big dragon fight.
Yep, I agree.
So he's significantly further ahead. Swiffer, no summoners, no Nash's Tooth just yet. Has to also invest into the Mercs because so much CC from the Brawn, the Sejuani, Camille, things like that can lock him down so easily. Pings going out for the Dragon, so it is still the point of contention between these 2 teams right now. But Order, no TP on the Scion. On Swiffer topside doing blue means it might just go over to the Direwolves.
Yeah, Tally already rotated across, however, out of mid lane, and instead they're just going to ping out onto Triple, looking for the collapse. Triple runs into multiple members of Order. However, just does so much damage. You can see chases out Swiffer already. That's the ultimate burn. However, very nice ulti. No flash available for Spooks. He has to just stand there, throw his arms wide and yell, but he still gets taken down.
Save me world, he says, but no, he goes down anyway. Spooks picked off at the front end of the fight once again. They did get the Vladimir ulti out, but that means without the jungler again, they cannot contest, and you have to think this time Direwolves will be able to.
Because we've seen it before. Do we see it again? No, Swiffer says, get the heck out of there. I'm recalling. We've already lost 5 members to this stupid Drake.
They could try. They can really try and contest it. Shern actually, Expiry Herald. He took this one very early into the game, so he's got to drop it over the wall.
Yep.
A cute little interaction. Not many people know about. You can drop it actually over a wall because it spawns in front of you, whichever way you're facing. So going to get that charge in.
They spot FBI out, and already Chippy's had gone forward. Does the ultimate come out of Tally? Yes, it does. And you can see that's going to be Hextech Ultimatum for the dodge. However, can he get out of here? Will use the nice grappling hook and will be able to pull himself out of range.
And once again, we've seen this week after week. Chippies is Camille. He is absolutely the best in the league by a country mile at dodging CC with that ultimate. Perfectly timed once again. Burns the cooldown from the Scion and is able to hold his life, hold on to the turret for a little bit longer.
Yeah, did bottom lane turret fall? No, it didn't. Rift Herald died to a turret. I thought Rift Herald beat a turret 1v1. Obviously, I know nothing about the game. That's why I'm a play-by-play caster now.
Oh, yeah. But, of course, you mentioned picking out FBI when he was going top lane, looking for that gank. That means that all of the members of Order, they actually were willing to give up this turret because Dire was already down here. Rift Herald was whacking away. And they were looking for a play on the other side of the map, but Dire was actually recall. They don't take the free standing gold. They reset, they go to match lanes topside.
Direwolves now with a huge advantage because you had a thought if Order just take the tempo play, instead of going for that dragon, they try and shove in mid lane, then they rotate top, take an objective for themselves, then they're probably, 2,000 gold up now. However, that's not the case. They're 2,000 gold down, and they lost out on that. However, Shern still face checking jungles. A little bit dangerous there.
But Spooks on the bottom-hand side of the map right now means King has some free time alone with his turret. About half of its HP, or just under, will go down.
Actually,
King's
they're
coming
teleporting
down TP.
here. No ultimate available out of Tally, however. Means that they're just going to successfully disengage. Desperation play from Order.
That is 100% desperate. He doesn't have the timer on his ulti. Spooks is literally in base after farming his golem camp. Had no business being around that fight. If they get the pick, sure, but they didn't, which means this turret will go down once again. And Order, kind of in about 2-ish minutes, Chippies will have TP advantage.
Yep. I feel like the turret was going down anyway, but I feel like it's just the mentality of the play.
Yep.
Like, we have to do something now, otherwise it's not going to work.
But they don't. Sure, they lost that early fight around the Infernal Drake, but they are 1-for-1. Spook soloed out that one earlier. You have the Azir, you have the Nunu.
King being very patient here, however, now will show. So they know he's here. Flash nearly available for the Rakan.
Yeah, he wants it.
They're going to... Ooh, what the... Okay. I'll say they're going to pull the trigger anyway, but they don't.
Did actually cast the ulti, potentially not going to make the gap there. Does Xayah take the recall with Rakan? No, she's going to back away and kind of chill. Wants Dire was to push this wave in, as Rogue's going to get himself a reset. But of course, didn't have flash there, so couldn't actually lock down King.
And so, let's do the scaling test again. Who wins out?
100% the Azir Nunu.
100% the Azir Nunu.
In my eyes, absolutely. You have the beefy front line.
So then why were Order forcing?
I don't know.
Huh?
I don't know. I'm not the GM of Order, so
Would have to ask him.
yeah, I'd have to ask him.
I think it would be
Why
probably
were they
smarter to
forcing?
ask the coach.
Oh, okay.
Or one of the players, because not even Aaron's in the room.
But yeah, 100% agree. 18 minutes, so 2 minutes on the Baron spawning right now. Double Infernal Drakes picked up, one for either team. So pretty interesting. We've seen these two teams kind of battle it out a lot slower.
Shern's in very deep, and there's 2 members behind him. However, potential claps
They
can
know.
come out of the Direwolves as well. Shern heads back into the jungle.
What? That's not your base, man.
Yeah, gets
Locked
quickness,
up.
gets locked up. Will get no. Flash over the wall is very good. FBI wants him.
flashes.
Strange flash from FBI.
Yeah, they wanted to kill, but this does mean Direwolves have to force out
Oh, hook
topside.
shot in
Camille.
mid lane as well. Hextech Ultimatum has gone down. However, this is where the brunt of the fight is happening, so we'll stay with it. Very nice pickup onto Swiffer by Triple.
Oh.
Tally, however, gets a response kill.
Yeah, they actually do. Have to see how that one went down. Shernfire did get out incredibly low, but the flashes were burned on the side of Order there.
Yeah.
FBI chasing the kill. That was
Death cap
answered.
second item from Triple.
He wants to do damage.
He's a full death cap ahead of Swiffer. If we can check him with the gold, I reckon of this 3,000 gold lead, like 4,000 is on him. Nah, it's only 7,800. I
Yeah.
lied. Swiffer just hasn't spent any of his money.
Sitting on 1.4 right now. He's still dead and he hasn't spent it. He's thinking about it, you know?
I mean,
He's
is
making
it
some
still the
decisions.
bug that if you buy in Fog not in Fog of War, they get to see your items?
Well, he's spawned now,
Okay.
and he does spend it.
Maybe Oblivion
there.
Ore picked up? No?
No.
Just going to be the makings of it. FBI now know Flash needs to be very wary of any CC that can come out of King and Cupcake, which you can't because they don't have it, so I'll just shut up now.
Interesting. Blue buffs are available, so probably going to get handed over. But we see this once again. Nice play out of Swiffer to knock Chippies away, but is still locked down, of course. Couldn't knock him out of the Hextech Ultimatum. Tally trying to save his mid laner, gets the return kill, gets the trade, but his ear going down means they did get access to the mid lane turret. Got a bit more of a chunk, but both of them still available for either team. Turret's only 1-to-1 so far.
Yeah, after Order pushed in the first one so quickly, you'd expect more to go down. However, they weren't able to balance the map the way they were in game number 1. So the game has stalled. This time, 9 kills in 20 minutes. Certainly a little bit quicker pace, but I wouldn't say it's electric. 2 levels on Triple right now.
Yep.
Wowee.
It's a big Vladimir. It's a big bloody man.
I get that one.
Hell yeah. But game 2, Direwolves let the Baron slip very briefly in Order. We're able to solo that one out. Kind of a big power point for them this game. Have to think that they're very aware of that 4-game 3. Nunu Azir.
Yeah, that kind of spells
That,
Baron.
Yep. They can just do it with
top lane invade, sorry,
whenever.
coming out.
next
What is
dragon.
the dragon buff?
Yep.
Must be something crappy because Nunu's running topside.
Camille went over there. Picked himself up the
Yeah.
Scuttle Crab, and it is an ocean, so...
Who cares? As we
Yep.
see, actually, Triple going to be walked on by multiple members. He turns around and he kind of bats him away
That's
solo.
really funny. A Swiffer can't actually commit to the play because he knows the belt coming out could have meant, especially with the flash and the ghost, he could have gone down. So Triple 1v3 just staunches the lineup of Order.
However, top
And a
lane
3 back
does
away.
get priority, and if he goes too far forward here, King, he will die because ultimate plus flash quickness is available. They see the Braum now.
Yeah, ping's going down into the river here. Direwolves don't want to give Order access to the river right now, but Shern is on a ping. Triple looking for something in the mid lane, but Swiffer just dances away over the wall.
However, still takes a very big chunk of health right now, and Triple is just reigning Lane Kingdom down on Swiffer, who had a very good first couple of games. Now looking for a dive, potentially.
Yep, Spooks is here, kind of defending the mid laner of Order right now. He's not body blocking the Sedge ulti.
Yeah,
He does.
In the end, however, they fly in and they're just going to go onto Spooks. They pick up the kill. Is there a response topside? No, FBI's already gone very low. Teleport coming in, however. Charm lands. King will flash forward. We'll look for the trade.
Oh, he
will
does.
get the trade. And now they commit to the mid lane push. And you can see Swiffer can't defend.
And that's the thing, Tally actually TP topside, so King gets the trade, and he can't rotate over to the mid lane, so Tally can't defend the inner. 2 turret advantage going over to the Direwolves, whereas just 1 kill for Order.
Couple of kills
Oh,
for
true.
Order. They, however, do only get a 1 kill advantage right now because FBI fell down in that. You have to think that if FBI lives, they push through, they maybe try and race that. Try and get a recall onto the Azir. Maybe he can try and stop it. However, not the case.
I mean, even the map position, Spooks died early. If you win that fight topside, Tally has committed with a TP, and you can force them down to the bottom-hand side of the map. You have the Nunu Azir. He's spawning fairly soon. You would have had pressure around the Baron.
Yep.
But just that trade kill. King very confident in his abilities there, flashing into that one.
And
takes down the FBI.
a 10,000 gold lead. Not 10, 5,000 gold lead right now for Direwolves. I dropped my pen, so somehow 10 came out off the back end of that.
Gold lead for the top laner of Chippies. He has had priority for the most part this game overall. Gold lead in the jungle as well for Schönfire, but the big brunt of that is 2.2k in the mid lane.
This is dangerous for Swiffer. He is so far up this lane right now, and there is a Vladimir with Ghost that's coming up. He will back away. Still 2 levels the advantage right now, and he'll clear out the wave before it can really crash, securing that turret. So mid lane has no turrets.
He's got a cleanse. It won't save him from anything from the Vladimir, but he's got one.
Sure.
He does. So, 1-3-1 coming out of the Direwall so far. Both solo lanes shoved into the side lane right now. King and Cupcake on mid lane duty.
I don't feel like Swiffer can stay here. I think he gets solo though.
No, I agree. Especially with Schönfire posturing up there, or to have literally no vision topside, other than that one ward, kind of.
And look, he has to give up so much farm, so much experience. Schön looking mid lane, and they know that Triple is top lane, and they're just bleeding out right now.
They are. Azir in a side lane. Just sucks, for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
Sure, he can clear the waves pretty quick, but it's just so vulnerable, as you mentioned, especially to a Vladimir with a death cap with the belt, working on his Zhonyas. Swiffer will be going back, potentially buying his Leandries there. So, finally sitting on 2 items.
Against 3, nearly.
Yep, that's a roughie.
Yep, certainly is. However, has a Nunu for the Blood Boil.
Yeah.
Some
Maybe
attack
that's
speed
worth
coming
an
out
item.
there. For an 80 carry, it is worth an item. It's about a Zeal's worth of attack speed. No crit, obviously. However, with the AP, I mean,
I'm not sure.
Potentially could be.
Yeah, maybe.
They need both of them to stay alive, however, which is proven thus far in the game to be impossible because they've died 5 times.
Absolutely. He's struggling, but we are almost 25 minutes, and we've said it time and time again. Order's comp literally just revolves around getting access to the Baron, which they haven't so far. So Direwall's with the lead right now. They're not willing to set up around the objective themselves for the most part, but
because this is one of those games that if you give a steal and one member keeps Baron and they get a banner of command,
they can end the game.
It's done.
Like, they can end the game.
You've already stuffed up. So they just have to ensure that they, continue to team fight.
And I'm going to just start calling this the Cupcake. Because he likes bannering the range creeps in the side lane, and then he walks over to the bunch, grouping. Chippies, of course, has priority against the Scion, sitting on 2 items. The Ravenous Hydra and the Triforce got 2 kills as well. Tally working on his second, but is able to continuously push this in. So this minion means his wave just pushes a little bit quicker. Not that he really needs any help, but just allows him to get access to the turret earlier.
And Chippies,
nice
obviously
buffer.
hookshot wins out there. You can see Scion. What you can do with Scion is actually just throw the creep wave, like the cannon creep at your turret when they put it in your lane normally, and then it starts taking turret shots. You see he actually takes it down quite quickly.
That's the thing. He actually played that very, very well, because you talk about Scion throwing around the minions. He threw everything but the banner minion, so it's in turret range, so it dies by itself. Because that's kind of what you see tanks do.
Oh, actually quickness onto Schön. They're looking to pick up a kill. However, he is the strongest member. They do not get it. Ultimate 0 channeled in the choke point.
So
2 ultis used
lots of
from
pings
Order.
going onto Baron though. Direwolves.
Yeah, that's
want
all
to set
the
up for
engage
this
gone.
one.
So they actually just ping it out. They're going to go for it. Schön has a wall mogs. And can they actually fight now without quickness, without ultimate 0? Triple is on the flank. They do not know this is happening. 5,000 health. Rogue now knows. Spooks must flash in, must look for the steal.
In.
Actually gets the cancel there. Spooks dies, and Triple is just 1v3ing the backline of Order. And will you know it? He actually just wins. Now, Swiffer has to try and get back to the base. And Order lose the Baron, lose 3 members, and now that's a 10,000 gold lead.
And 8.4 checking the Baron just seems so incredibly hard. Chippy's flashing onto Tally.
Yeah, I mean, if they pick him up here, this could just be game. Tally has to flash in response. Chippy still wants it. They peg the ulti at him, and they'll be able to pick up another kill. That's going to be a zombie. Tally now trying to clear out the way. I don't think he can.
1 member stands up for Order right now. The Nunu is spawning in 10 seconds. FBI and Rogue coming up fairly soon as well, so he can defend his Nexus, but not the inhibitor. Huge swing for the Direwolves.
Yeah, it certainly is, and Swiffer can't stop any of the recall. So the middle of the base smashed wide open, and Direwolves looking to make this
Scaling?
the 4-2
What
for
scaling?
the season.
Direwolves don't care. They didn't even get a pick, really, on the initial engage, but they just know Rogue has no ultimate, things like that. We see it once again. Spooks actually had to face check Triple, and then he doesn't have a ward. You see the ward in the river there. He couldn't get into the pit, didn't know what it was on, so he goes in early. He dies. As you mentioned, Triple literally 1v3 against 2 carries from Order. Comes up the victor. Chippies Here with the flash again, we see it does take down Tally in conjunction with Schönfire, but breaking the base, potentially the hardest part for Direwolves with this composition, the 1-3-1. Now that they have Baron setting this up in the side lanes, will be so incredibly hard for Order to deal with.
Yeah, they go aggressive onto Chippies. They get the pick. The shutdown is there. Maybe that will be enough to save some of the base.
And that's just a huge deal, because I was about to mention the split push coming out from Direwolves. If they set up a 1-3-1 with Baron, Order need to group to be useful. They have Sion, Nunu, Azir. They want to team fight Rogue on the Rakan and Xayah. They need to have all members on a front-to-back to be able to win, but Direwolves just want to play the map. They want to play the side lane, so picking off Chippies means they kind of buy themselves about a minute worth of time. So the Baron buff will be
grab
depleted.
themselves about a minute worth of creeps, which is a bigger deal. Because right now, you look at how big Triple is. Level 17, has that rank 3 ultimate. Has himself 5 completed items at 28 minutes in.
That's gross.
He is huge. For context, Swiffer has 2. So
he's double.
Yeah, he's
like 2.5.
A big
he's
boy.
literally on 5. Got himself a part of 5 kills, where Swiffer has been a part of literally 10 kills.
Part of 10 kills.
5 and 5.
4,000 gold up. Huge deal.
Incredibly big. Gold leads kind of across the board, except in the AD carries, which are almost even, about 100 between the two. So FBI kind of standing up to King, but for the most part, Direwolves have leads almost everywhere.
And I would say that's what the game's going to come down to. In 6 minutes' time, if the game isn't over, do Order have enough items that FBI and Swiffer can chunk out Schönfire quicker than what we just saw? Because the answer then was no. Schön lived forever in all of the CC. And then Vladimir ran in and killed everyone.
And that's the thing. Vladimir runs in, kills everyone. They need to set up a front-to-back teamfight. As soon as Spooks goes into the pit and he dies immediately, they just have no tank stats. Sion coming in from the flank, which is what he wants to do. They just need to be front-to-back, because as soon as Triple gets backline access, I feel like the fight is potentially just already over for Order. They have no Grievous Wounds yet. No Morellos coming out of Swiffer. Nothing on FBI as well. They have no way to stop the healing coming out of Triple. Not to mention already on 5 items. Just a straight up damage that he's able to do.
They've got an Ignite. Kill him in the Ignite. That's the only thing you could do.
I mean, to be honest, Rakan is a pretty good answer to Vladimir, because you can just charm him instantly, and if you can actually kill him in the knockup before he pulls, it's a pretty big deal. But obviously that relies on Rogue being able to hold that one for the engage coming out of Triple. But you have to think Order are going to have to be the ones being proactive with these engages. All they've really got is the Rakan.
Yeah, and Triple now is going to just look to come in through the middle of the base, and he's going to look to corral them, force the backline towards the front, and just continually pressure out the Order lineup. That's a Hex Drinker coming out of FBI, so obviously very aware of the Vlad, but maybe not in the way that he should be.
Doesn't want a piece of the Vladimir at all. We haven't really mentioned the fact that he did go Spellbook, so obviously opted in for the Ghost now with the Flash. Just has so much mobility, so much backline access. Makes his life a lot easier. Gold lead, sitting at about 12,000 in favor of the Direwolves. 7 turrets to 1. So this is one of those games, if you're an optimistic Order fan, there's so much standing gold on the map. If they can somehow sneak a Baron, if they can somehow win a fight, the gold lead will deteriorate, but yeah. They are in such a rough position right now. Dire was completely controlling the map right now. Opted in for a full reset.
That's a reach by my standards.
It's true. Which part of that is factually incorrect?
None of it. You
there
are
you go.
100% factually correct.
Thanks. That's the best kind of correct.
As Swiffer now pushing up. Do they just make a V-lines for that top lane? They can get Cupcake in behind him. They could bring other members. You can see that potentially Cupcake's looking for it. I was greedy from Swiffer, however. If you're not greedy for side waves at the moment, how the heck do you get gold?
Yeah, he's working on his death cap. Got the double needlessly large rod. That's the weirdest build path. The first time I saw that in the game, I was like, what? Why is... I honestly thought the person that did it just messed up.
Yeah, shout out to Harry.
Yep. I was pinging it. But back to the game at hand right now. Swiffer and the boys from Order kind of looking for some semblance of control, just shoving out the waves as best they can. But Dire was playing it slow and steady for the most part. They know they can't really break the base without that Baron, without the banner combination, so they're just waiting it out until that one spawns.
And Order really are thinking if we don't kill Chippies before it, so if we don't kill him right now, how do we actually get any access to this? If Chippies exits that brush, I guarantee Xayah Rakan stop running mid lane and start running bottom lane again.
And an interesting fact is they don't really have a face checker for the Baron. Sure, they have Nunu, but when you think of the tanks in the meta right now, Zac can ulti out. Sejuani can Q out. Jarvan has the flag and drag. All the tanks have some sort of gap closer where they can dash away from a fight. Sure, they can pack a punch, or they can take a punch, but Nunu, he's going to walk in. He's going to get Braum passived, and if Order can't fight then and there, you have to think Spooch is going to be going down again.
Tally's about to show himself mid lane. They can see Rakan right now. They know that Tally isn't bot, so they're going to call that the rotation has been made by Order. Desperate play right now. You can see Shern takes a little bit of damage, gets stunned up. However, will not amount in anything. Has the Warmogs, and this will be 18 seconds where honestly Chippies can take the whole base.
He can.
Order is going to do the Baron.
They're going to try.
They are that
Pink
kind of
in the
team.
pit. Tally is here, of course.
King has got himself a GA. I don't know if they win this fight 5v4.
Big flank coming out of triple. It is Pink Daddy walked over the pink wall.
Oh,
so
they go already.
Double
They dive in.
Oh.
King gets taken so low and will actually fall down. They've already killed Cupcake, and King in GA will rise and will fall. Spooks now on the back line is big, but he drops as well. Big triple ultimate, looking to continually take over this fight, and they just cannot kill the Vladimir. He is too big, he is too strong. He will rinse the back line of Order, and they will pick up the team fight victory, and they will march down mid lane and win the game.
It looked so good for Order. They get the engage they wanted. King pops the GA immediately, but Triple is just far too strong right now. The back end of that fight does so much damage, they just can't kill him. They don't have Grievous Wounds on Swiffer, on FBI. He heals back up on the Zhonyas and ruins their hopes and dreams, honestly.
Yeah, exactly right. Their fight looked great. 2 members died, but unfortunately, Triple's worth about 10 at the moment. So the Direwolves, they won't regain top spot of the ladder. However, they will crush Order's hopes and dreams of being able to do that. They will take the season split 4-2, and they will put Order at 3rd place and regain 2nd place for themselves.
Oh, close. Really close series overall. 2-1 to the Direwolves. You have to think after game 1, it was heavily in Order's favour. Turn it around real strong. Maybe they're becoming the team that can happily drop game 1, figure out their opponents, game 2 to 3, adapt.
The mental resilience coming out of the Direwolves is very impressive.
Yeah.
They went for a very similar draft to game 1. The only adaptation really was the Vladimir.
Yep.
And they were able to, you know, completely change the way the game was played.
I mean, we were questioning the Vladimir on this patch, talking about how with the Morello, such an easy item build. Obviously, Swiffer didn't go towards that one, went for the Burning Face, the Leandry second, so didn't have access to that one. And then Triple, absolutely popping off, got 2 kills early. The next fight gets himself another 3, sitting like 5-0 and 5 in that late game team fight. Just one main army, really.
The fight around Infernal.
Yeah.
They just continual trickle in, giving away 5 kills after having a 2,000 gold lead. Really cost Order there. They could have flipped the map. They could have looked to just rush for turrets. They didn't do it. And Direwolves, as good as ever, take one little mistake, capitalize it, and tear them apart.
And it was just greedy play around the Infernal. They already had one. Spooks had soloed it out, honestly, and they didn't really need to contest the second one. Sure, it'd be nice. Sure, it sucks that you have to give it over, but with the map state right there, they just kind of commit too much. You mentioned 1 by 1, they're walking in, and they just lost complete control of the map from that point. That was when Direwolves really regained it. And yeah, looking rough.
Yeah, it certainly was. And this is why Direwolves continue to rise to the top of the OPL. We keep saying it, but they have self-belief. They have this ability to come together as a unit that I don't know many other teams have. Potentially Swipe is trying to instill some of that into the Chiefs now, but they just seem to be able to bounce back and, you know, continue that slog.
And I feel like that's the thing. Personal opinion of mine, I feel like Schönfire, if he knows or if he thinks he's the best, then the Direwolves work really well together. If he can be like, no, I am the best jungler, they have like their leader in Schönfire. I feel like that's how their culture is as a team. But when he's faltering, I feel like they do fall off a little bit. So potentially looking like a weakness. I could see this game being very important mentality-wise for that aspect to come to fruition.
Yeah, especially for Shern to have a much better performance in game number 3. However, as we pull up the standings, let's see how the season's results lie. The Chiefs now rise to the top. 21 points.
Somehow they've done it.
King of the castle. Direwolves still yet to drop a best of 3, but they will be 2nd. Order due to head-to-head will be 3rd. And pretty much that looks the way the table will fall. However, Avant Gaming and Legacy still have hopes of securing those spots. They do not want to run the gauntlet. Bombers are the only team that I believe can still make it, given the fact that Legacy fell down 2-0 to Chiefs today. And it will be Sin and Tectonic rounding out the bottom of the table. So Direwolves, so close, yet so far. They don't get another crack at the Chiefs. The destiny really is in Chiefs' hands in that Week 9 matchup. as they face off against Order.
Yeah, looking at the matchups, Bombers actually can, because they haven't played Legacy and they only play them once in the last game of the season. So they're on 6. If they 2-0 their next 2 weeks and Legacy don't win a single game and they go 0-2, and one of those 0-2s is to Bombers, then they can tie and have the head-to-head. But that's rough. That's rough.
I mean, you'd rather be in that situation where you still at least have a shot than your Tectonic or Sin. However, to get their thoughts on that game, let's throw it over to the analyst hangout as well as Chippies.
Thank you very much, guys. Yes, Jubes and I are joined by Chippies, the top laner of the Direwolves. Congratulations. Whoa. What's up, Jubes?
I come out of good faith to sit on this couch, and I'm getting jabs thrown at me from the other room. Hang on a minute.
That's rough, man.
That's rough, isn't it? Do you feel bad for me?
Yeah.
Congratulations on your win. I'm sorry for cutting
Thanks,
you
bro.
off, but I got upset.
Yeah, it's fair enough, bro.
Yeah, Monkey.
Spawn's just throwing shade at you
Yeah,
from across the room.
Do you reckon we should Monkey S the chat? Or
I
not?
think so.
Again, one more time?
Yeah, one more time.
You know they Monkey S before?
For you?
Maybe not me. A little bit. I lost a lot.
He's
All
their
right.
new lord.
Yeah.
He's the
Anyways,
lord of Twitch
sorry
chat.
to cut you off there.
Thank you.
That's okay.
Congratulations on the rematch. It was a very long set of games today. How did you find it going up against Order again?
Well, our game 1 plan, they had like a pretty good plan coming into us. We had to play Misfortune. We haven't played that in like 4 weeks, so. And going forwards, we're just like, I sort of screwed the draft up actually in game 2. We wanted to do Camille Galio combo, but I was just like, nah, I want to play GP. I'm going to ruin the draft right now, so I could. So I sort of griefed everything, but I think I played pretty well that game, so I made up for it.
That's the Ryan Shaw I know.
Ruined the draft.
That's the one I know. Pick me Aurelia. No, I actually wanted to ask him something about. I want to ask you about that. What do you think about 8.4 Gangplank? Because there's been a little bit of I guess discussion about it, and if it's still playable, if it's still good, what's good about it, you know? Fill us in. I'm garbage at top lane.
I actually think it's like the same thing, like same shit. You just play safe. Sorry, my bad. You play safe, like.
Now I guarantee you now, Twitch chat is fine spam.
Fine. That's fine. I'll cop a fine. But it's just the same thing. You just lose lane early and then you just win the game in the end.
Fair enough. Maybe not if I'm Gangplank because I don't hit barrels.
That's true. Maybe not if you're GP.
All right.
There's a
Or
reason
Fiora.
why you play jungle, Jubes, and you're not a top laner.
I guess the other thing I wanted to bring up is, you know, playing a game like that, it's really close. I think it can go both ways. Like, it could easily have been a 2-0 for Order, but just as easily, you guys just got the 2-1, and maybe on another day it'll be a 2-0 for you guys.
Yeah.
How do you feel going into like the business end of the season where you probably will end up versing Order again in Gauntlet, Grand Final, wherever it may be? Like, does a game like this give you more confidence, or does it fill you with, I guess, kind of some not doubt, but we have some real big things to fix?
Well, it actually gives me more confidence because this week, instead of like improving a lot, we found all the things we're like most of the things we're bad at, but we didn't really have time to fix it, right? Because we only found out like 4 days ago. So like all the things we're bad at got exploited in this game, and we still managed to win. So by the time Gauntlet comes around, I'm guessing Order in the finals. All the things we're bad at now we'll be good at, and the games will be a lot smoother for us.
You don't think you'll be seeing Chiefs in the finals? They're number 1 on the ladder at the moment.
I think Order will take a game off them and give us rank 1 back. So
In-game number...
That's a compliment. Like a little compliment to Order, but not.
a little compliment.
A little
yeah.
one. Not bad. Not bad.
You got to be respectful.
How is it a bad compliment?
No, it's not a bad compliment.
Yeah.
But
It's not a little compliment.
But when Chippies gives you a compliment, it's a compliment. Like it's a very big compliment. Yeah, but it doesn't sound like a big one. But Chippies when he gives you a compliment,
It means
I still got
it means more, right?
I still got compliments in a jar at home that he given me 3 years ago.
In game number 1 and 2 this series, we saw that the Direwolves were a bit more passive in the early game from what we've seen in previous weeks. Are you guys just trying out some new strategies with the 8.4 patch coming into play now?
It's more like I think we just didn't have many opportunities in game 1, but I actually don't know why. And scrims, it's like 40 kills every game, but on stage it was like 6 that first game. So I think we just need to figure out the difference between stage and scrims to like so we can make it the 40 kill games that we like.
That we're used to seeing.
Yeah.
Finally, Chippies, is there anything you'd like to say to the Direwolves fans at home watching and supporting you today?
Thanks for supporting us. Even though we looked a bit shaky today, we will win the OPL again, so don't worry.
Hey, bold words right there. Congratulations on today's win. And a huge shout out to Jubes. Thank you for blessing everyone with your presence today. Say bye to Jubes. Twitch
Everyone
chat.
say bye. Everyone, one in the chat to say bye to me. I'm going to watch the VOD back. If I don't see at least 1,000 ones in the chat, I'm never coming back. Never coming back.
Don't come back.
No, I'm going to go play
What
in...
an ultimatum.
I'm going to go play in another league somewhere, in another galaxy, where they appreciate me. Maybe Super Galaxy Kindred. I heard that's good up there.
Yeah, I hope so. Didn't look that good yesterday.
Now I'm definitely not coming back. Two in the chat to get chippies off the lounge.
Thank you, Jubes. And if you guys missed it, our Headspace live chat has been rescheduled to this Tuesday, the 6th of March, between 7 and 8 p.m. It will be hosted over at eHeadspace. It is tailored for League of Legends play, so I'd encourage you all to pop over and have a visit. More information on the live chat can be found at headspace.org.au/League of Legends. But to close out Week 7 of the OPL, let's hand it back over to Jake and Bryce.
What an adventure that was.
Yes, that was something special.
I must go now. My people needs me, says Jubes. As we take a look at the week's schedule, it was going to be... Oh, this is actually next week's schedule. It's going to kick off with Order versus Legacy, and then Avant take on Sin Gaming next Saturday, and then it's Tectonic versus the Direwolves before the Chiefs take on the Bombers. Both of those teams in actually pretty red-hot form at the moment. Chiefs, big statement game if they can pick that one up 2-0.
100%. We did mention that Bombers need to be able to 2-0 if they're going to make gauntlets, so that's going to be their hopes and dreams alive and well there.
Also, the hopes and dreams of Order fans and the Direwolves fans rest in those. Order must 2-0 to remain in contention for that top spot as well. However, I think that's all the time we have for today. This has been just an absolute hectic show on behalf of myself, Ejim, Laura, especially Jubes, and the entire production crew, and of course, Hungry Jacks. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll catch you next Saturday for some more OPL action. Freight train knocks up 4 people, a huge ultimate out of Spooks. However, there is no FBI here yet, so it is a 5v4 and Spooks goes down. In goes triple, no mana available right now, and Order are gonna get absolutely wiped. Chippy's over the wall, looking for it, splashes onto FBI, will get taken down so low, will actually pick up the kill, that will be triple, and they stuck around. Teleport coming in, however, Charm lands, King will flash forward, will look for the trade, will get the trade. Spooks must flash in, must look for the steal, actually gets the cancel there. Spooks dies in triple, it's just 1v3ing the backline of Order, and will you know it, he actually just wins. They dive in, King gets taken so low, and will actually fall down. They've already killed Cupcake, and King in GA will rise and will fall. Spooks now on the backline is big, but he drops as well. Big triple ultimate, looking to continually take over this fight, and they just cannot kill the Vladimir. He is too big, he is too strong, he will rinse the back line of Order, and they will pick up the team fight victory, and they will march down mid lane and win the game. They will take the season split 4-2, and they will put Order at 3rd place and regain 2nd place for themselves.